In this series of videos, I'd like to review function notation. I know that different classes have done this to different depths, so I thought it would be appropriate this week to look at what function notation is and how we use it and what its advantages are. Before we get into that though, I thought it would be good to review the definition of a function, which everyone should have done. If you remember, a function, strictly speaking in mathematics, is an equation whose graph, it doesn't matter where you draw a vertical line on that graph, it'll only ever cut the graph at one location. So any vertical line along this graph, anywhere along here, I will only ever cut it once. So here we've got an example of a linear function. All linear functions will be functions. Okay, there's no way this thing is going to cut, a vertical line is going to cut this graph more than once. But a lot of other curves can be functions. For example, this one here, if I draw a vertical line on this curve here, this is a parabola, and if I moved that line left or right, there'd be no point at which that vertical line would cut the curve at more than one place. And so we say these are examples of functions. And we looked at a lot more complicated ones, cubics and quartics and so on. Examples of some curves that aren't functions are these ones here. So we did do the circle, and there's plenty of places on a circle where if you draw a vertical line, you will cut it at two places. And for this reason, this is not a function. Okay, it's a relationship between x and y, but it's not a function. Okay, and similarly, here, this is a sideways parabola. Its equations x equals y squared. This has plenty of places where we cut two locations. Okay, so that is the formal definition of a function, that anywhere you draw a vertical line, you will never cut the graph more than once. You could cut it less, you could cut it at no places, or cut it at exactly one, but you'll never cut it at more than one place at a time, like these ones do. And we say they fail the vertical line test. So function notation is a way of expressing these kinds of graphs, equations in a particular way. You can't use function notation on things that aren't functions. That's the first thing to understand. In the next little clip, we'll talk about exactly what function notation looks like and why we would want to use it.